Condonation or remission of debt as a mode of extinguishing an obligation. Article 1270 provides that condonation or remission is essentially gratuitous and requires the acceptance by the obligor. It may be made expressly or impliedly. One and the other kind shall be subject to the rules which govern inofficious donations. Express condonation shall furthermore comply with the forms of donation. Okay, so condonation class, okay, is a mode of extinguishing an obligation. When the creditor condones the obligation, there is no more obligation on the part of the debtor. Okay? So, gratuitous, walay kapalit. Kikondone nimo, gi-cancel, imuha nag-quits ang utang. Dili na nimo siya pabayron. However, it must be with the acceptance by the obligor. Kasi, if such condonation or remission of debt is not accepted by the debtor, by the obligor, then it is not effective. Meaning, the debt or the obligation still subsists. It is not extinguished. Okay? So what are the rules as to condonation? Again, the first rule is that it is gratuitous and that it requires acceptance by the obligor. Second, it is either express or implied. Okay? Now, when it is an express condonation, it has to comply with the formalities of donation. Kay class, mura na siyang donasyon because it's gratuitous. Remember donation? Remember the topic that we had on a third party? Third party who paid the debt of a debtor, and that third party does not intend to be reimbursed by the debtor. Okay, remember that? So that was a condonation, a donation, no? Donation. Same here with condonation. It is, in effect, a donation. That's why if the condonation is an express condonation, it must comply with the formalities of donation. And in both cases, either express or implied, acceptance by the obligor is required. Like in donation, acceptance of the donee is required. Si donor ang nag-donate, si donee ang nakadawat sa donation. So, you have to take note, if it is, for example, the debt in cash and it is condoned, and the condonation is, let's say, express, then to be valid, it has to be in the form of donation. So what are the forms of donation? If, for example, the subject of the donation is a personal property. Mag-donate kag car. Car is a personal property, di ba? A house is a real property. Movable ang personal property. Immovable ang real property. So what if you're going to donate a car, which is a personal property? Is it required to be in writing? So under the law, when it is less than 5,000 pesos, the value of the subject of donation, if such personal property is less than 5,000 pesos, as long as there is delivery, then it is valid. No need to be in writing. However, if the amount, okay, the value of the personal property which the subject of donation is more than 5,000 pesos, it has to be in writing to be valid. Otherwise, the donation is void. It is not effective. Okay? Now, what if the subject is a real property? What if you're going to donate a land, a parcel of land? So what you're condoning is the obligation to deliver, let's say, a real property. Then it has to comply with the forms of donation of real property also, which must be in a public document. Also, when you condone or you remit, this is also governed, or this is also subject, no, to the rules which govern inofficious donations. So here, in condonation class, always remember that it must be gratuitous, walay kapalit, and it must be with the acceptance by the obligor. Okay? For example, Anna is indebted to Ben 50,000 pesos. Before due date, Ben condones the debt of Anna. So here there is condonation by Ben in favor of Anna. Now, if the condonation is express, okay, expressly stipulated by the parties, then it must conform with the formalities of a donation. Okay? It must comply with the formalities of donation. So here, since it is 50,000 pesos, more than 5,000 pesos ang value, kasi the 50,000 pesos is the form of a money, so personal property. So this must be in writing. However, if the condonation is not expressed, okay, it is an implied condonation, meaning by certain acts done by the parties, there is an implication that there has been donation. Then, no need to comply with the formalities of donation. So, in that case, no need that such condonation be in writing. And because of that condonation class, the debt of Anna of 50,000 pesos to Ben has been extinguished. Article 1271 provides that the delivery of a private document evidencing a credit made voluntarily by the creditor to the debtor implies the renunciation of the action which the former had against the latter. If, in order to nullify this waiver, it should be claimed to be inefficacious, the debtor and his heirs may uphold it by proving that the delivery of the document was made in virtue of payment of the debt. So, let's have a promissory note, diba? That is a private document evidencing a credit. So as a rule, the promissory note class must be in the hands of the creditor. Kaya kung kinsa ang may katungod maningil, siya ang in possession of the promissory note. Now, what if the promissory note is in the possession of the debtor? When supposed to be naa siya sa possession ni creditor, diba? So what's the presumption? So if the promissory note is in the possession of the debtor, the presumption is that the debt has been renounced by the creditor. Meaning, giquits na ni creditor. Meaning, may condonation. Okay, may remission of debt. Now, take note, class, that it should be in a private document. So, meaning, not notarized. Kasi kapag ang private document ginotarize, it is now converted to a public document. Okay? Kasi, if it is a public document, the debtor can acquire that from the office of the clerk of court. Kay ginotaryuhan naman na siya. Office of the notary public who notarized, so it has to be a private document so that nobody will have possession of it other than the creditor. Kaya nga siya dapat private document. Kaya kung private document, hindi siya public document, ang tao lang na dapat in possession of that document is the creditor. Kasi once it becomes a public document, kinsa nang nai-possession, daghan na. Naanay kopya si notary public, naanay kopya ang clerk of court, napud kopya ang parties to that document, to that transaction. Okay? So again, here, if the, let's say, promissory note is in the hands of the debtor, now the presumption is that the creditor has renounced, has condoned, has cancelled the debt of the debtor. That is only the presumption. Disputable presumption, not conclusive, meaning pwede pa na siya i-rebut. Rebuttable ang presumption. Dili pasabot nga naa sa kamot ni debtor ang let's say promissory note, quits na kaagad ang utang. We don't know basin gikawat ni debtor, di ba? Sa creditor. So again, this is just a disputable presumption. Pwede siya i-question kapag naay evidence to the contrary. Okay? So that is Article 1271. And for those of you na wakabaloon sa ng promissory note class, mao ni siya. Like for example, di ba? Remember, A is indebted to B for 50,000 pesos. So unsa may gibayad ni A? Ang gibuhat ni A, nag-issue siya ng promissory note in favor of B. Nakabutang sa promissory note na I, A, okay, will pay B 50,000 pesos. So, nakabutang dito. Okay? So, pay to the order of B 50,000 pesos. So, si B ang payee sa promissory note. Signed by whom? By A. So, A is the maker of the promissory note. So, kung katong nangutang si A, nag-issue siya ng promissory note, moto yung gihatag kay B. Moto nagpamatuod na si A na utang, then si A magbayad through the issuance of that promissory note. Tapos, katong promissory note, pwede to siya i-negotiate ni B. Okay, it's a negotiable instrument. Ihatag na po niya sa uban, pambayad niya sa utang. Let's say, mangutang siya kay C, pwede ang promissory note na po ang ihatag niya kay C. Then, pag maningil na si C, mubalik siya kay A. Pwede maningil kay A. Pwede po siya maningil balik kay B. Pwede gihapon. Okay? So, munang pasabot sa promissory note. Later on, class, napaman mo sa obligations and contracts, no? When you reach your third year, I think, naana mo'y negotiable instruments law, dito ninyo mahibalaan unsa ang negotiable instruments, unsa ang promissory note. Okay? So here, example lang na siya under Article 1271. Article 1272. Whenever the private document in which the debt appears is found in the possession of the debtor, it shall be presumed that the creditor delivered it voluntarily unless the contrary is proved. Okay? So what is presumed here is the voluntary delivery of the document into the possession of the debtor, which also complements Article 1271, that when it is now in the possession of the debtor, the debt is presumed to have been renounced. So, konektado si 1272 kay 1271. Article 1274. It is presumed that the accessory obligation of pledge has been remitted when the thing pledged after its delivery to the creditor is found in the possession of the debtor or of a third person who owns the thing. Okay, here we have a contract of pledge. When you say contract of pledge, class, it's a real contract, meaning it is perfected by delivery. So, pag dili nimo i-deliver ang imong gi-pledge, murag imong gi-prenda, there is no contract of pledge to speak of. Okay? For example, kanang mga prenda-prenda sa pawn shop, that's a pledge, contract of pledge. Like for example, mangutang ka. So A is indebted to B for 50,000 pesos. By way of a security or collateral, A pledges his ring, no? His ring to B, worth 50,000 pesos also. So katong pledge na 50,000 na ring, that is an accessory contract to the principal obligation, which is the 50,000 pesos na loan. Loan ni A kay B. Okay? Now, under 1274 class, if the thing pledge, katong ring, nagiprenda ni A kay B, okay, if it is already in the possession ni A, it is presumed that the pledge was already extinguished. But take note, only the pledge is extinguished and not the principal obligation, not the contract of loan, because the pledge is accessory to a loan obligation only. Again, it is only the pledge which is deemed remitted. So, the presumption here sa Article 1274, if the thing being pledged is now in the possession of the pledgor, of the debtor, okay, of the owner of the thing pledged, the presumption is that the contract of pledge is now extinguished. What will subsist? Only the principal obligation of a contract of loan. Okay, that's the presumption here. Dili pasabot nga ang giprenda na butang naa na sa kamot sa nagprenda, dili pasabot nga wala na siya utang. No. Only the contract of pledge is extinguished. Nagyapon siya utang. Principal obligation niya, ang contract of loan wala na extinguish. So, utangan gyapon si A kay B worth 50,000 pesos. So, that is under 1274. 74.